Okay, so with that, I'll say I'm Scott Forcino. Good afternoon. I'm an associate broker with eXp Realty and the founder of PlugIntro. PlugIntro solves the two biggest problems I think we all have, which are we do not have enough people to meet and we don't have enough value to offer them outside the transaction. Inside the transaction, you're the best. We were happy to say that. Inside, I should say outside the transaction, where people just know you from your community and your church or your local organizations or business groups, you want to be known as the person who gives away a valuable digital position in a local business development platform. So LaShawnia, tell me about you. Where are you? What company what are you with? And who has been, is this your whole career? How long you've been in it? And who's great for you to meet?
So I am LaShawnia Boyd. I'm currently with NEXA Mortgage under Chance Mortgages. I
Mm-hmm.
have only been in the business for a couple months since September of last year, so not quite a year yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I am mainly focusing on generational wealth, continuing to um, achieve home ownership as much and as quickly as possible. I would like to thank my son Chance for getting me here and pushing me, motivating me to continue to move forward every single day.
I'm sure that's really compelling. I really appreciate that. We had our conversation last time, and
Okay.
it really is something that is such an inspiration to all of us. When we are doing our best here with our loved ones, it's tragic. I can't even understand that part. Um, so tell me a little bit about NEXA. Is it a broker? Is it a banker?
NEXA is a broker. We have over 1,400 LOs located all in 50 states, including Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, that can serve. So if one agent cannot assist you, there is a team behind us who will be there to support us.
I think that's special. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, I mean, what type of programs and what's going on in the market now with rates, et cetera? I mean, what's really going on?
So rates are holding steady, I believe, as this past week can say. The market, I would just say that if you think about it, 20 years ago when they were in the double digits, we haven't quite made it there yet. So I'm still crossing my fingers that we don't make it there anytime soon. The rates are definitely below the 10% mark. So we just got to keep fingers crossed that it holds steady in that point.
Well, 10% no one can think about. That'll be
Hey, I mean, back then they were in 12, 15%. And now we are in high sevens, eights, if you have pretty low credit. So
you've heard of sevens and eights already?
I've heard of sevens and eights already.
I
But
haven't.
that is in the investment world as well. So
Hmm.
not so much on the residential side, but investments, yes.
I see. Well, I mean, what has been your effort so far as client acquisition? Are you working with agents and assisting them and getting deals closed? I mean, what's a way to assist an agent to assist an agent get their offer accepted?
To get their offer accepted, I would definitely have a pre-approval. Those funds are ready and available, and be willing to negotiate if there is something that is not to your liking. Sometimes people have not asked for seller concessions in the end because it's not that type of market. But if you don't ask, you don't receive. So I just closed a loan not too long ago where they asked for seller concessions and were granted. So it's still out there. You just have to ask, and everything you can go from there.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I mean, I've been hearing a little bit about adjustable rates being talked about as a way to keep rates down as an introductory way into home buying.
Correct. If you're looking for a starter home, if you know that you're not going to keep this as a forever home, that would definitely be an option because there are different options, if you will,
Mhm.
3, 5, 7, and 10, to where it will stay constant before it will adjust.
I think it's really interesting how the first thing we're doing is introducing adjustable. That was kind of a forgotten thing.
So it's only been forgotten because back then no one knew how it worked. They were just scared because it's adjustable. It sounds like it's scary because it sounds like it's going to change you when we change with the market. So that's definitely understandable why people would stay away from it.
Hmm. Well, you don't own a home for 30 years, you own it for 7 or 10. So that makes kind of some sense.
That little, if you don't keep your commitment as far as going past that little caveat at the end of the closing disclosure where it tells you how much you pay in principal and interest in a matter of 5 years. If you don't keep it for that long, then that information means nothing. So just knowing how to read the information as well and know exactly what you're getting into.
Right. I know there's more exotic loans and where agents are asked to present offers where either there's FHA or VA. Have you had those kind of loans that go before you?
I have to where there is a FHA buyer, but they were looking at a conventional um, home, which the buyer didn't want to go conventional. And usually it's just a matter of making repairs with a conventional loan. It's not backed or insured by a government entity. So that
Hmm.
could be,
Yeah, it's a challenging market.
it
And
is.
how do you, as an originator, where do you place loans? What type of banks do you expose your clients' loan or
Um,
commitments?
the type of partners that I like to work with who have a excellent service level commitment that are dedicated to servicing the customer at a high level and not just because they are coming through as a number, if you will. So definitely the communication and the efforts that they put in to help the borrower also achieve their goal of home ownership is where I want like to take the loans.
I would say, yeah, that's important. Now, we talked a little bit about off camera about working with realtors, and these transactions take really everybody, whether it's the home inspector down to the title company, insurance company. They take really everybody to close. When you are working with people on a team, what have they basically, other than referrals, what have they done for each other? Have they been able to benefit the other parties at all?
So far, we have one client who was a builder in the initial home who is now coming back as a roofer to fix the roof 20 years later.
Hmm.
So there's definitely a connection there as far as one, the work, the integrity, and the fact that 20 years later, he's still in business and available to assist in the process. So the referrals are definitely there, and the connections are there as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I know this. I mean, as a realtor, we always pick a good team to introduce to the client to get it done. People always say market to your sphere, whether you're a realtor to the local people or as far as lending. I know there's quite a bit of frustration. Up to now, what have you done to get some connections and positive relations with agents?
I do have a processor who is pretty well versed
Hmm.
and also has a different connection in a lot of different states as well. And just in the facets of her life, she also is a realtor as well. So she is able to assist and just help market as well. Different ideas of who we can market to, what type of clientele we're looking for, and how we want to execute. Because, like you said, with a good team, you can definitely execute efficiently and effectively. And that's the way I want to operate my business.
Hmm. Right. These agents are really committed to their clients, that's for sure, but they may not appreciate all that is done for them, where it's usually dinners and events. And I mean, that can be frustrating because someone like yourself would offer information and offer continuing edge and, some of the resources available to you. But I don't think that's enough to create or cultivate any kind of reciprocity or any relationships, because depending on the person, they believe that because they are the lead sources
Mhm.
that they could treat anybody anyway, and that's really to watch out for.
I agree, because I don't want this to be a transaction. I want it to be a relationship. And in order for you to form a relationship, you must know the person, know their loyalty and how they are set up morally and integrally. So, definitely, if it's just a transaction of, what are the numbers, what is the paperwork, that's definitely not the person I want on my team. On my team, they are dedicated. Like you said, they go the extra mile behind the scenes and are available when the client calls. Because again, we are all pretty much tied to our cell phones. That phone is not very far from you at any point in time. So there's no reason why you can't shoot out a text or, hey, can I call you right back? I'm in a meeting, just to let them know, hey, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not, discarding you. I just am cannot answer the phone or can or indisposed at the moment. So I definitely want someone who is able to build that type of transaction and rapport um, in these type of relationships.
Well, that's great. Well, I mean, I think that the best thing that anyone who works with agents can do is to team up with them and give them a local business media platform and a chance to be really, really seen as the influencer in their market and a
Mhm.
market leader by teaming up. And I'm really, really happy that someone like yourself realizes that there's a real way to distinguish yourself and avoid the chase, avoid the pain, avoid the rejection, avoid real estate agents who don't know what you do and how you do it. You're in a position where they're, they don't appreciate what you have, and maybe because it's just they haven't been experienced in any kind of lending or banking. But here we are now, we're all together in these transactions, and I think there's got to be far more value given to each other.
I understand, and I do completely agree with you. And again, I want to thank you and your team behind you for introducing me and allowing me the opportunity to reach out to my community and allow them this business platform to display their businesses as well.
Listen, we appreciate you because no one can be successful until the people that are in your lives make a difference. And we all have a problem that trust is under attack.
Mhm.
All the technology and all the and the venture capital and all the Wall Street investment is not to make more trust. It's to actually cut you out. Zillow people go to the seller. Zillow people go to the listing agent. In now the new lending models, I'm sure you've heard that mortgage, what do you call it? Rocket Mortgage and Quicken and all, they're designed to have the younger person go to their phone, just like it's Grubhub, and order a mortgage up. And they download their docs and they're able. And that's pretty scary. I mean, think about it. So everything is pulling against you and me. So it's why it's so important to create relations with your service providers. And the best way to do that is to give them something that they value. LaShawnia, people love hearing their name. And if you get them a place to be heard and a way for them to, gain some local exposure. But it's not enough to just attract attention. I think you have to earn attention. And by earning, I mean, you have to do something first. You have to go first. You have to not keep score. You have to give them a place to benefit. And of course, Facebook records, and we're aware that you're the one who did that kind of hard work.
Correct, correct. And with that being said, again, the social media platforms, they are very abundant now. Before there were very few platforms for us to even display our businesses on, but now we do have a variety of different platforms and a different audience of audience of people that we want to reach. So again, yes, I do understand the frustration or the scariness that it can be, but it is just about that simple to complete a mortgage application dockless, because now everything is electronically. You are able to sign at any time of the day. There is even electronic notary. So we have went into almost to the Jetson stage, into the electronic stage, and we are here trying to navigate through. I do understand some of the frustrations that some people do have, but again, these portals that we use because of our business in banking are secured portals in order for us to retrieve those documents.
Mm-hmm. Well, I made up the term cultivate reciprocity. It'd be so nice if you could pick someone and choose to do work with them. They may be a superstar and you'd like to hitch your ride to that wagon. In some cases in PlugIntro, you can, because you're giving them something that others don't have. And someone asked me just yesterday, they said, Scott, if I'm in a function and somebody wants to know what this platform is, I said, first of all, don't explain it, because nobody can explain it as well as we can explain it. Second, I say, ask them a simple question. It's also the truth. If you were a realtor and I was you, I would say, good afternoon. Hi, my name is. Could you tell me, are you open to any introductions from the local business community or from myself? Now, that's the truth. We are here that offers the people in the local community, the friends, family, clients, local business owners, industry people, a chance and a way to promote their business. So you have the power to speak to anyone you want to, because you're coming off as giving them something. You're not asking. You're providing something. You're not taking. I could drive to the White House and get in there if I was giving them something they needed.
Got it. Got it. No worries. It's my homework, and
Yeah, it's powerful.
hopefully someone will want to flourish their business and get it
Well, they
off the
will. I
ground and
mean,
get introduced to
we
people
we
that
we
need it
see we have
too.
so much experience. When we invite someone,
Mhm.
they're happy that they have a chance to promote themselves. They accept your invitation. We go to work then and let them know that there is a membership available. Meetings are upcoming, and do they want to support LaShawnia and the agent that's designated? So if you invite 20 agents, they'll each have their own group. Now, I know that it's going to be hard for you to get into different groups all the time. That's why we take some of this material, cut it up, and put you as a commercial in each of those realtors. So it's a great time because agents are really busy right now. But let them see more about you. Let's use your video interviews as a way of standing out from the crowd.
And that's what I like about the platform, that you allow um, this to happen, um, for others to meet others and network, if you will, in order for everyone to see how their business could come off the ground. I really truly
Right.
love the concept, and the name says it all.
PlugIntro. So if it's okay, I want to let people know how they can reach you, and then you and I will stay on the phone a little bit,
Sure.
on the call a little bit. What's the best way to reach you, LaShawnia?
So the best way to reach me is my cell phone number, 858-531-9766, or my email at lboyd@nexamortgage.com. Um, Currently, I am on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.